Alright, so today I'm going to teach you how to make a basic ceramic cylinder. So what you need is your clay, obviously, a pin tool, sponge, a wooden tool, and I like to use a metal rib too. Alright, so your first task to do is you gotta seal it to the wheel. And you just pat it down. If you don't do this, then your clay flies off and you're trying to make your thing, and it's not a fun time. Let me tell you what. Alright. That should be good enough. Oh, hang on. Okay. Now, the next thing you're gonna do is get your clay wet, and then you're gonna wanna push it down and rise it up a couple times. And what that does is kind of like compresses it together more. And so I'm gonna like put my hands kind of like this, and then just you're gonna want to keep your elbow down on your knee the whole time. And you always want your hand like on this side of the wheel, especially when you're like pulling it and everything. And then you rise it. And there's a couple different like hand positions you can do. I kind of do mine differently from other people, but still kind of the same. So up and back down and up. You're going to want to keep your clay decently wet, or else it just doesn't work out too well. And the next thing you're going to do is center it. And how I center it, most people kind of, I don't know, I just kind of go like this. You're supposed to have your wheel going really fast for that. I just put my hand right there and press it really hard and kind of press down with my hand on like top of it. And like as you can see there, that's already centered. And when you center it, you just want to have your wheel going fast because it just speeds up the process. And then this next part, I'm going to open it, and I obviously need to slow it down to do that, or else I just make a big mess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is like put my thumb a little bit, not in the center of it, but like off center a little bit, so I make a little hole, and I put my nail in there, and as it starts digging out, then I kind of flick it up and take that little piece of clay out, and then I just keep doing that until I get it as deep as I want it to be. See, little thingy. It doesn't take much to open it. Alright, so that's basically like a good depth, I would say, because you want to keep some on there. And hopefully I set this back up, right? Okay, and now what you're going to do is you got to make the bottom bigger. So you make sure your hands are wet, and you put these two fingers down there and this hand over top of it like that. And you also, like doing this also compresses the bottom. And so basically you literally just drag out with your fingers. And then depending on what kind of thing you're making, you curl your fingers in. And that just depends, like you don't curl it in if you're making like a bowl, because obviously you don't want like a 90-degree angle on a bowl. But for like a cylinder you do, because and you can press the bottom so when it gets fired it doesn't crack. on the bottom, and that's what that's called is an S crack. You don't want that. Alright, now when you have it to that point, when you're done dragging, now you have to, it's called pinch. Yeah. And so you just take your 2 fingers like this, like a little thingy, and then you put 2 of them inside and 1 of them on the outside, and you literally just slowly pull up. And when you pull it up, you don't want to like just pull up really super fast. You have to pull like 1 pull with every turn of the wheel. So you gotta kind of go really slow sometimes. But that's okay. And you see all this junk like on the top? See? So that's 1 pull. And you can pull it as many times as you can. Usually I do it like once or twice. You don't need to do it a lot. And up there I just kind of centered it, just the top part, just so it doesn't wobble everywhere. But actually, I'm not going to pull it again because I can't fit my fingers down that much in it. So now, what I'm going to do is the other part. And for this step, you got to take your 2 fingers, or you got actually your whole hand inside of it, and then your sponge on the outside. You got to make sure it's wet, obviously. And then all you do is start at the bottom and raise it up. And you know, you can do this step as many times as you want to until you have it the way you want it. I'm going to do it a couple more times. And this would also be the step like